Hi everyone, this is Marty with Pezzadoodle Designs, and I'm here with another fun video for Susanna's custom art and card design. And today we're going to play with air dry clay. The one I'm using is Makin's. This is it out of the package. It's very easy to use. You don't need a lot of special tools. It's very light, making it a great thing to use for embellishments. And if you follow the blog, either the store blog or mine, you saw this recently, this nice little purple flower. It's got a little gold shimmer to it. So we're going to go over how I made this as well as how to make a few other things with the air dry clay. You can find both Makin's and Hardy air dry clays on Susanna's website. Both work really well. The Hardy comes in white, and I'm not sure if there are other colors. The Makin's does come in a few different colors, but we're going to work with white today, and I'm going to show you how to make whatever color you want. The way we're going to do that is with these Lumiere paints. Susanna sells two different sets of these. They're metallic, shimmery. This is the one I used for the purple flower. It's called Halo Violet Gold, which means that the paint itself is a violet color, but it's got a gold shimmer to it. I've got some Christmas colors here, as well as some blue, and I think what we're going to start with is we're going to make a red flower similar to the purple one. So I am going to mix up some red. You want to shake these paints really well. Get that shimmer, that metallic mica stuff mixed in really well. You're going to take a chunk of clay. This is not like the regular oven bake polymer clay. This isn't very hard or stiff. Doesn't require a whole lot of kneading and working to get it into a workable consistency. Now you're going to want to add, let's move all my things out of the way. You're going to want to add a good amount of paint. And of course it'll vary with how dark you want your color. Now I will warn you, you are going to get very messy. If any of you follow the Make a Mess segments that we do once a month, there are a couple of us on the team, me especially, that love to get down and dirty with our stamping supplies and paper crafting things and push it to the edge and just really make a mess. But as you can see, the clay is turning that nice reddish gold color of the paint. And you may have to add a little more and a little more as you go until you have the color that you want. So you just keep adding it until you're happy with the way it looks. I think it took three additions of paint for that deep purple color. And you can use any acrylic paint for this. I have not tried it with re-inker yet. I don't see why that would be different, but you never know. But I like these Lumiere paints that Susanna has because they've got some shimmer and sparkle to them. You can also use the Viva Decor Precious Metal Colors paints, which also have some great shimmer to them. And you just continue mixing, as I said, until you're happy with the color or the look that you have. I'm going to go one more. And then after I mix, we'll come back and I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Okay, I'm back now. I have my little red shimmery ball of clay. Air dry clay dries very quickly. At least it begins to dry very quickly. So when I went and washed my hands, I made sure to put it back in a Ziploc bag just to keep it away from the air as long as possible. And I am going to show you first how to make a few things by hand. And then we'll move on to some molds. So I'm going to roll this up into a ball. I'm going to split it into thirds because I want to show you three different things quickly. The first first thing I want to show you is how simple it is to just cut out some little shapes to use on your projects. Again, I wanted to do this with not too many special tools, so I don't even have a rolling pin, no pasta maker, none of that. What I do have are these cute little teeny weeny cutouts. You can also get these at Susanna's Custom Art and Card Design. And I am just going to make, let's see, I'm going to make some little red flowers. They're just like cookie cutters. They're very tiny, so they're nice for scrapbooking, card making. And I'm just cutting out a few little shapes, and then I will let those dry. I'll do a little circle, a couple of little circles. They would be nice. Put a rhinestone in the middle of either the circle or the flower. Be a cute, quick, easy, different sort of embellishment. I'm going to take the excess away. Just flatten them out a little. And you just let them dry. I'm working on a Ranger nonstick craft sheet. There are other craft sheets available, and I believe Susanna has the splat mat in stock. These are very handy, especially if you're going to make a mess like I do. Alright, now I'm going to roll up another ball. I'm going to flatten it out again. Make sure you can see me. And this time I'm going to stamp into the clay. I may not have enough here for the size of my stamp, but you'll get the idea. I always lift it up after I've flattened it just to make sure it's not going to be completely stuck to my mat. And this is just a little Prima clear stamp. Susanna has these in her store as well. I haven't done anything special to it. I'm just going to stamp it into the clay. Now it will not stick, so when you lift your finger up it might come up. So I try to hold with one finger, press with the other. And there I have a little design. And I will cut around these edges just with scissors once it's dry to cut the shape out a little bit more. And I can show you ways you can embellish this further towards the end of the video. Last thing I'm going to do, and these are my favorite, I'm going to make these little flowers. Now, a flower has 5 petals and a center. We're going to make our center white. So I just need a pinch of white. I'll roll that into a ball in my hand. Just a little round center. And now I'm going to pinch off some little segments of clay. You want them to be approximately the same size so your flower looks even. And I don't really have any way of measuring it, I just kind of eyeball it. That's a little big. Four and 5. Okay, now I'm going to roll these into a ball similar to the white one. You want all nice little round balls. You'll put them around your center. You can see he's a little too big, so just work with it until you're happy with your little petals. These little balls are the petals. Again, just working quickly, not a lot of special technique or anything else you really need to know. It really is just this simple. My center's kind of big, so I'm thinking I might end up with a 6-petaled flower. Come back here. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Last one. Okay. And now you just want to push them together a little bit. I smash the center down a little. Cute little flower. If you would like, you can add a little bit of dimension to the center. I'm just using a pen. You can use a stylus or anything you want. I'm just adding some little holes to the center. And then I'm going to flatten outward a little bit on the petals. And then you just let these dry. I let mine dry overnight just to make sure. But if you start them in the morning and then come back to them in the evening, they'll probably be dry as well. This is another one I stamped into. I just flattened out the clay with my hand, and I used this really cool honeycomb Prima stamp, also at Susanna's, and just stamped into it. And then she also carries these larger Macon's cutters, which are nice to cut out your design afterwards. So once I stamped my clay, I just cut it out with the square. Now I have a nice little perfectly square embellishment.